Abner and Andres Gutierrez are coming from Guadalajara, so there's a lot of pride at stake there as well. With Abner, we have a 5-time world champion. He fought the best, and fighting the best is what makes you what he is today, a modern-day legend, and that you only become and that you only earn if you continuously, as a fighter, challenge yourself to fight the best. I have never, ever, and I've been involved with Abner since his very first fight coming out of the Olympics, I've never seen Abner turn down an opponent. And so I was not surprised when Andres Gutierrez was suggested to him that he had no problem whatsoever. With Andres Gutierrez, he's fighting a fighter with a record of 35 wins, 1 loss, and 25 knockouts. He is one of those hunters. He is one of those hunters who are going after Abner and everything he has achieved. He realizes what a win would mean for him and for his family. He's 24 years young and was waiting patiently for this opportunity. He had it a few months ago to fight in Ireland against Carl Frampton. Looked spectacular, great at the weigh-in, was well prepared and was going for the upset. And I actually predicted, for those who want to read online, I predicted that Gutierrez was going to beat Carl Frampton. Unfortunately, Gutierrez then had a freak accident. He slipped in the shower and he couldn't fight. So here he is, he has another opportunity, another bite at the apple, so to speak, for the world title. And I can assure you that he will come ready, hungry and prepared to upset Abner. Now, Team Mares, first I would like to introduce to you now Robert Garcia. There's no question that Robert Garcia is today, if not one of the best, in my opinion, the best trainer in the sport. And his record speaks for itself. You look at what he has done with Mikey Garcia, who in my opinion is pound for pound the most talented and best fighter in the world today. You look at what he has done with Abner at a time when many fight fans and media members counted Mares out. What he did with him, come up with the right game plan to defeat Dejan Slachatinin last December here at the Galen Center. You know, you see now what he's doing with 2 of my Mexican prospects, the 2 Mexican Olympians, Lindolfo Delgado and Misael Rodriguez. So he really is, in my opinion, today, a league of his own. It's a pleasure for me now to introduce to you Robert Garcia.
I ain't got much to say. Just want to thank everybody for being here, for supporting this event. I think it's a great event for Southern California. We got Leo, who is obviously one of the great champions here in Southern California, and Abner, and obviously, Avalos. Glad for him to get an opportunity. We're going to be ready for a great fight, and I just hope everybody shows up and supports the local Southern California fighters. Thank you, guys.
Robert. Now next up to the podium is somebody who certainly doesn't need any introduction anywhere in the world, but particularly not here in his adopted hometown of Los Angeles. He's a 2004 Olympian where he represented Mexico. He faced everyone, as I mentioned before, from 118 to 126 pounds. Has never, and I really mean never, been in a boring fight. Always gives it his all. And as I mentioned as well, turned back the clock in December and proved everyone that this chapter here for Abner is just the beginning for other great fights. It's the hottest division in the sport. He knows that first things first. He knows that he's going to have a tough challenge ahead of him. But as I said, he never shies down of one. And with the record of 30 wins and 2 losses, the 5-time world champion, my good friend Abner.
Go Abner! Hey, Richard. Good afternoon, everyone.
I was hoping that I would be on this side and Leo on this side for this fight, but you know, business-wise and for the reasons it did not happen. It would happen. It will happen within time. But now we have two tough opponents in front of us. Myself, I have Andres Gutierrez, who you guys already probably searched him up, and like Richard said, he was going to fight Frampton. Richard said he called an upset on that fight. Let's see what he calls on this one. But you know, I'm going to be ready. As hard as I was training for the Leo fight, I'm going to train as hard for this fight, because we all know that, you know, these young fighters, he's what, 24 years old, has for that young age a tremendous record of 36, 25 knockouts, only 1 defeat. He's a warrior. Got no easy task, no easy fight, and you know, but he doesn't have the talent I have. He doesn't have the heart I have. He doesn't have the coach I have. He doesn't have it, you know, just overall anything I have. So I'm just gonna come out victorious. I'm gonna come out and give you guys a good fight. I'm fighting again here in California, my home. Show you guys, you know, what I've learned with my team. I want to thank Robert Garcia for bringing the best of Abner up, so you guys saw my last fight, and it's going to continue to shine. We feel confident, you know, sparring after sparring, how we've looked. I want to thank my sparring partner, Louis, who's here too. Great sparring partner, young, you know, up-and-comer, what's your last name? Luis Coria. You guys are, hopefully we get him in that card too. He's an up-and-comer, great amateur background, great sparring, and you know, like I said, Robert Garcia, his son Pita. I want to thank Luis Garcia, my conditioning coach, who's been my conditioning coach for what, the past 8 years, if not more. I want to thank my wife, my kids, my brother who's back there, everyone, my camera guy, you guys, everyone. You know, Leo, Avalos. I've known Avalos for many years as well. We used to be sparring partners back in the days, and he's a tough guy, man. So we both have a tough fight at the Step Up Center. Do not miss it, October 14th. I can't wait to show you guys a good fight from my side, to show you guys a new Abner. And I know I sound repeatedly because I say this every fight, and it's because I am learning more and I am becoming a better fighter, and you will see. So thank you guys again so much. Al Heyman, the whole team, Watsons, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Two great friends, two great fighters, but because they are so skillful, and both of those guys are sitting up here, and that's Leo and that's Abner. They're just unbelievable people inside the ring and outside of the ring. So you asked who I would pick in this fight? Well, you know, there you got your answer. Now let's move on to Leo Santa Cruz versus Chris Avalos. Another fight between two of the most exciting fighters in the sport. I mean, when you look at the matchmaking of those two fights, you just know for sure that these are going to be fights which are going to be exciting. These are really not just like opponents. I wouldn't even call them opponents. These are guys who are hunters, who want to hunt for that title, for what Leo has and what Abner has. And Chris Avalos is certainly no exception to that. So I know that Chris will be ready. He's coming off a TKO victory over Miguel Flores in his last fight. He knows he has a great team behind him as well with his father. Incidentally, both of those fighters are trained by their fathers. I think that's very noteworthy as well. And I'd like to introduce to you now Felipe Avalos, the father and trainer of Chris Avalos.
Buenas tardes a todos y muchas gracias por venir ahora en este día. Y pues yo pienso que va a ser una pelea, buena pelea, una pelea que no vamos, esta oportunidad que nos está dando Leo Santa Cruz, gracias, muchas gracias al equipo Santa Cruz, y les prometo que va a ser una pelea muy buena y venimos muy bien preparados. Esta oportunidad no la vamos a dejar ir y la vamos a aprovechar al 100%. Se los prometo que va a ser una pelea muy buena y emocionante para jugar. Gracias.
For those of you, excuse me? Well, I can translate it. Yeah, come on. So Felipe said that this is one of those opportunities where you know you're going to have to be well prepared, that he will be well prepared, that Chris has been waiting for that, and that he can't wait for this for October the 14th. Did I pretty much say that well? All right, good. See, come on. You're going to speak in English, I'm going to then translate it into Spanish. I wouldn't do that. Well, now to move on, it is a pleasure for me to introduce to you a fighter with the record of 27-5. He's fighting out of Lancaster, California, and as his father just said, I know he's been waiting for that. He knows that beating Leo Santa Cruz will be a game changer, a career changer for him. He's hungry, he's ready, and he will show up on October the 14th. It's a pleasure for me to introduce you Chris Avalos.
I just want to thank everybody for coming, and also, like my dad said, you know, we'd like to thank Al Heyman and Leo Santa Cruz for the opportunity. And yeah, I'm not a big talker, so I'm just ready for the fight, and you know, it's going to be a good fight. I'm beyond ready. I think it's going to be a nice little war, so kind of safe for the fight. I like going toe to toe, so does he. So I mean, it's going to be a good fight, and again, I'd like to thank everybody. And yeah, I got not a lot to say, so appreciate it. Thank you.
A record of 33-1, the current WBA Super World Champion Leo Santa Cruz.
Muy buenas tardes a todos, and good afternoon everyone. And well, I'm just very happy, you know, I'm very happy to be back to fight here in LA. And you know, I owe all this to, you know, to my manager Al Heyman, you know, to all of you guys, to, you know, Richard, to Tom Brown from CGP, the Watson team, you know, my family, other people, other fans that make this possible. You know, I'm just glad to be able to fight here in LA again. And like, you know, other people, yeah, they were expecting for me to fight, you know, Abner, but I don't know, for a reason, you know, it didn't happen. And you know, Chris Avalos, he's a fighter I know him in amateurs, you know. I seen him fight there. He fought a couple of my, you know, teammates. He beat one of them. And then me and him fought too, and we were like 15, 16 years old. And we fought. It was a great fight, you know, tough fight. And a lot of people are saying that, you know, why take easy fight? There's no easy fight. I don't see no easy fight. I never underestimate no fighter. For me, every fighter that steps up there in the ring with me is the same as tough as anybody else. You know, because anything will happen up there in the ring, you know. A good shot, if he could connect you with good shot or anything, you know. And he's tough, you know, he's tough. I've seen him fight, and he has good power. Out of 27 wins, he got 20 knockouts. So like I said, you know, I never underestimate nobody. I prepared. Right now my focus is on him. We were training really hard for him, and we're gonna come really good. You know, we're gonna go out there, give a great fight. Like he says, you know, he comes forward, I go forward. So it's gonna be a good little war, and hopefully, God, we get the win. We will give you guys the rematch that you guys all want. You know, me against Abner. You know, Maris is a tough fighter. You guys saw the first fight. It was a war, toe-to-toe. I respect him. You know, like I said, it was a really close fight. Thank God I got the victory, and now, you know, he could get the, you know, be able to take the bench that, you know, bench la last. But you know, we're gonna train. He has a great trainer, Garcia. You know, he changed him. You know, in the first fight against me, you know, he brawled, and maybe people could say that that was a mistake, you know, that he should have boxed me. And then against Cuellar, you know, he boxed really good. He surprised all of us. You know, he did what he had to do. He was smart, and that makes it just for a even better fight if, you know, if we get the opportunity to fight each other. But right now, like I said, my focus is on Avalos. I know it's gonna be a great fight, and we're just getting ready for that fight. And hopefully, October 14th, we do a great fight for all the fans, and to come support us. And thank you, all of you guys.
Abner con usted. Leo con usted.
All the way to the back.
Come on, Abner.
All right. Thank you.